the most.
I'd like to ask Mr. Tahir Imin to address us. He is a Uyghur activist, founder of Uyghur Times, and has seen the genocide firsthand.
Shalom חברים, Shalom Shabbat. אני תאיר, אני אויגור. תודה רבה ביקור. My name is Tahir. I am Tahir Imin. I am ethnically Uyghur from China-occupied East Turkestan or Uyghurstan. Today, I thank you all for coming for this great event to show your solidarity, standing up for one of the most persecuted people in the world since World War II. I speak my personal story representing all of the Uyghur people who came today. All of the Uyghurs across the globe, they are not able to contact with their family members for the last 4 days, for the last 4 years. I left February 2017 to study at Haifa University in Israel. When I was in Israel, Chinese Communist Party contacted me and asked me to go back, to be one of those people who are being currently detained in those concentration camps. I refused to go back. And I applied visa to United States. I came to United States August 2017. At that time, Chinese Communist Party asked my wife to divorce me because I am a Uyghur intellectual and a businessman who can successfully run his own business and working on behalf of Uyghur culture when I was back home. So they believed I would be one of the local Uyghurs activists in the United States. My wife was forced to divorce in August 2017. And that was my last time, August 2017, to speak my daughter. The last word from my daughter was, "Mother, don't contact us again. The Chinese Communist Party believes is great, good people. You are a bad person." That was the word from 7-year-old daughter who was my love whole life. She loves me from the birth until I left. Chinese Communist Party indoctrinated a young child and made her hate her father. Since then, I told my story. The mainstream media like Al Jazeera, New York Times, Atlantic. April 2019, New York Times reported a news about my DNA collection, my experience of being asked the Chinese government collect my DNA when I was back home. At that time, Chinese Communist Party detained and arrested, sentenced my stepmom, Fuhan Mehmet, to 15 years in prison. My brother, Tahir Imin, to 15 years in prison. My cousin, Yusuf, 15 years in prison. My cousin, Wafur, to 15 years in prison. My brother, Muhammad Niaz, in 15 years in prison. All of their children left behind. All of their children under 10. All of their children under 8 left behind them. No one could take care of them. Every day, we have been hearing the news that the young children are dying because no one can take care of them. RFV and other media reports verified so much children died in the streets because they are hungry, because Chinese government don't want to take care of them. And we knew that so much young children are sent to Chinese state-run orphanages to be educated as a Han Chinese. They are not able to see their family members, their parents. They cannot eat Uyghur food. They cannot speak Uyghur language. And they don't know who are they. And no one knows what time they can be able to see their families. This is what's happening to those innocent young children. I know there are so many Uyghurs in Canada, United States, Turkey. All of them have horrible stories. Their children, their parents, sisters. I have 7 sisters. We hear those concentration camps providing Chinese police and military free Uyghur women to have sex at any time. My sisters from 18 years old to 35, 32, 28 years old. Young, beautiful Uyghur women. All of them. Now we hear that Chinese police and military forces specifically target young Uyghur women. So this is my life, 24 hours. Every day I remember, I think the stories of the Uyghur people who are experiencing the most horrible, dark days in this planet at this moment. While all of the people around the world, specifically the Muslim world, silent because of the Chinese money, because of their economic interest, the few in the world standing with us, those Jewish people, Americans, and the people in the West. We Uyghur people never forget what you have been doing for us. Hong Kong people, Tibetan people, and the Kazakhs, and all of us. This genocide is part of Chinese move to world dominance. Uyghurs has been only barrier to stop the Chinese government to dominate in Central Asia, in the Middle East, in Africa, in America, because we have been preserving our culture, distinct language, and specific race which can differentiate the Uyghurs from the Chinese Communist Party and the major Han Chinese. They believe the Uyghurs pose the specific threat, not only the national security, but also their agenda, the world dominance. Because they have started One Belt, One Road initiation in 2013. And they have started concentration camps since 2015, 2016. So this is a long planned strategy to go toward a world dominance. So if you don't stop, if you don't act, if you don't try to stop the Chinese government from this ongoing genocide, the world would be the next. Because you know, they have the largest population in the world who doesn't believe in God, who has the most powerful economy, who has the most powerful military. So this is not the Uyghur issue. This is the global issue. This is humanitarian issue. This is not Islamic issue. This is not Muslim issue. This is overall, for all of the human beings, a global issue that if you want to keep yourself, if you want to be Jewish, you have to stand up for this Uyghur people, Kazakh people, Tibetan people, Hong Kong people. If you want to live a member of the free world, you should stand up. If you want to live as a human being, you should stand up. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for those words. And I see there's someone holding a sign that I have 6 million reasons to be here. And I think that entirely encapsulates